What? Yo, what's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? My bad. I'm just trying to hold up a second. I've been watching this shit. Give me a second, y'all. I got a fucking piss bad. Fuck. We about to watch Evan's video. Shout out to Evan Flarker. I'm gonna put Evan's link in here from this video and news to astonish from yesterday. I gotta do that in the last stream. The last Spider-Man stream.
Which makes accomplishing your work goals easier than okay, Spike.
I'm talking. He said you question. Hold up. Alright, hold up a second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta go pee. I gotta go pee bad, bro. Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, you can check, but I doubt it. Like, we should conveyors, but you know how you go in the parts cage. The conveyors stuff is in the left corner, left far corner. Like yeah, at the back in the left corner. Oh, you talking about the little overloads, the little contactors? Yeah, they reset. They have the reset buttons on them, but that's not. Those are for the motors. Yeah, that's not for the power of the machine. So that's weird. I mean, it could be. I'm not. I never had that situation before. You got Mike's number? Yeah, let me. I got you right now, bro. Cause Mike would definitely know more than me. All right, all right. Yo, stream, my bad. Dealing with work like from the job right now. One of my coworkers called me. He had a question and stuff. So give me a second, y'all. How y'all doing tonight, though, bro? You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing tonight? How's everything going, bro? My bad. Brian was good. Silly Billy, AJ, Damian, Water Skeet, Steely, AJ. Or I said AJ. Rory, Lil Rocky, Demetrius, Luis, Nick was good. What's good, y'all? Dante, what's good, bro? Hold up a second. We about to get into all this. I gotta wait for y'all to get in here anyway. Everybody's not even in here. So, hey, everybody like the stream. Y'all know what to do. Hope you've been blessed, bro. Everything's been good so far, I guess. So, yeah, everything's good. I gotta send this nigga Mike's number real quick. Hold up a second. Come on. There you go. Fuck. Hold up, y'all. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I apologize. Let's see. Alright. What's good with y'all? Zach, what's good, boy? I'm good. Can we discuss if Wolverine is going to be open world with motorcycle transfers? Because we could talk about that in another stream. We can talk about that tonight too. Like, so yeah. Been a little stressed, but just happy to make. I hear you, bro. It's a lot of bullshit that be going on in life. It's multiplayer. It's not multiplayer. I highly doubt that. Yo, bro, I was on your Insta Lice. What do you seen Bel Air show? Yeah, I seen it. The first 2 episodes. No, the first. Did I see the first episode? I think it was the first episode. What is... Alright, let's get into it, y'all. My bad. I know I got a lot of shit going on right now as we speak. Please leak something about Solo I Want More. We're gonna do a stream about it. Don't worry. It's gonna stay a single player. Insomniac not ready for multiplayer. They're not doing. I highly doubt that. I don't see that happening. It doesn't make sense. It's no point. Why ruin something that's not even broken? Like, why ruin something that's working? How do you feel about it, Bel Air? This is a good show. Really good show. You know? You seen Spider-Man? I got my tickets. Yeah, I'm definitely going to see it, but I'm not going to go see it the first day of release. You call me. You could call on Tyrone. What's the stream topic then? What I did? Yeah, bro, we going to get into all that after, bro. We're gonna start talking about all that shit. Just start talking about random shit after. I said ideas because of the fact that shit, we already talking about ideas right now as we speak. But the topic of you see what the topic is, bro. Like, you don't gotta. My bad. I'm getting a little roused up, because I just don't like being spoken to any type of way. But Whole Spider-Man 2 has way more places to fight. Fights the baddies just in the cities, but also in sewers. That'd be crazy. But hey, y'all, we're about to get into this shit. Shout out to my nigga Evan, man. So Evan in this video, he's talking about does the MGU exist, the Marvel Gaming Universe exists. I think Insomniacs kind of said something, not necessarily, but they said something similar to like Wolverine coexisting in the same universe as Marvel Spider-Man. They didn't say those exact words, but they said something very, very, close to that. So yeah, let's get into it, y'all. Let's get into it.
Next time, use the front door.
Well, what do you know? Put out fly paper, catch a spider, make one wrong
Nigga
move,
Wolverine.
please, and you're shish kebab.
Welcome back, true believers and all you merry Marvelites, to another very exciting Marvel games related discussion. Once again, having more of a laid-back talk pertaining to the current status and the inevitable future of Marvel games, and where we can expect to see a lot of very interesting endeavors unfold relatively soon. Of course, with the main two that come to mind from Insomniac Games, with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 set for 2023, and Marvel's Wolverine, mainly set most likely after Spider-Man 2 is released in 2023, so of course with either 2024.
Wolverine is definitely coming out in 2024. Like, we already know that. I say late 2024, mid to late. I think late though. But they do got two separate teams, sort of like when they did Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank. We already spoke about that before. So that's gonna be cool.
Or 2025, making the most sense. And both those titles are exclusive to the PlayStation 5, which is very exciting for me personally, because that shows exactly how much Insomniac is prioritizing the importance of next gen and incorporating that into these incredibly awesome superheroes. But what's even more interesting is what exactly could come after that with Marvel Games and their partnership with Insomniac. Now, obviously, like I just said, we currently know Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine are in production at Insomniac Games.
Absolutely.
We also know that it has been officially confirmed by Insomniac that they are currently working on a multiplayer game. However, we don't necessarily know what that game could be. And also based on a past statement made from an article that was discussing the initial reveals of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine, there is a very highly likely possible chance that both of these games and even future Marvel games to come from Insomniac could end up being tied in.
You said either at the start of 2024 or 2025. Wait, the start of what? You talking about Wolverine? Wolverine ain't coming out the start of 2024. I highly doubt that. Bel-Air is actually the fire. People don't realize potential in death in media when they see it. That's a fact. That shit is amazing. A fact, exactly. People have love hating on reboots / spinoffs. Yeah, I think the reason because of that is because most people or most spinoffs or reboots have been trash. But this broke that fucking, broke that for real, because that's definitely false.
Into a singular cohesive universe, of course forming none other than what I have personally been dreaming of ever since the reveal of Spider-Man PS4
Jordan, what's up, bro?
in 2016 with the
A
Marvel
Silver Surfer
gaming
game?
universe, of course pretty much being the equivalent of the MCU
I don't know.
in terms of games. And here to actually go over this news with me is the one and only Irongen, who you may know as a primary member of the Gotham Knights group and is a major fan
I doubt they're
of
gonna leak
everything
some shit about
pertaining to
Spider-Man.
Marvel and DC. What is up, Jake? How you doing today?
I'm doing so good. Thank you so much for having me on the channel, Evan. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm one of the co-founders of the Gotham Knights group on Twitter, along with Slickmoth, Salvage, Degenerate J, and anyone who wants to follow my YouTube channel as well. I cover DC, Marvel video games, movies, and the like. I'm also developing a horror game, Hellmade Hotel, which is releasing next month, so feel free to follow me if you want updates.
Which I think about a quick,
It's a very awesome
Quicksilver game. Me personally, I wouldn't even. Bro, the only thing that's hard about making like Flash games and Quicksilver game or anything like that's a speedster. That's gonna be very difficult to do, bro. Now you gotta understand that shit would be very hard to do. Like, I'm trying to think of a way you could do it, but like that shit would be difficult. Everything's gonna be what, in slow motion? Like, you just going faster than everybody? I can see that happening. Slowing down time, you going the same speed, but yeah, I can see something like that happening. It's gonna be difficult though. Very.
I'm be a fan of superhero games in general, of course, not just for Marvel, but with DC also expecting Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, but mainly in the case for all the Merry Marvelites out there. It definitely seems like the best partnership that has been made for gaming with Marvel is with Insomniac and them handling massive characters like Spider-Man and now Wolverine, and whether or not their unknown multiplayer game might also end up being another Marvel title. Because if you go back to the initial reveal article that did go over all the info pertaining to Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, this is what the very last line of the article had to say. Being able to build a new original universe with Spider-Man and now Wolverine is such an honor for so many of us at Insomniac Games.
See, they didn't necessarily. It said being able to build a new original universe with Spider-Man and now Wolverine. So that's technically that's confirming that is all together. You know, same universe. You know, I love trashing on the reboots because they never catch the villain in the originals. That's the thing though. You gotta stop thinking of it as the originals. That's the thing. Because the originals was old. Different, you know. You can't really compare. I mean, I get it. I 100% get it, but like this thing like with Bel-Air, like Prince of Bel-Air was a sitcom. This is more so of like an actual real life, like a real show, like, you know.
A huge thanks to our Sony Interactive Entertainment family for giving us the opportunity to develop these games. Marvel for trusting us with characters that mean so much to so many people. And of course, our fans for continuing to believe in us. So, it stands to reason because of the major success that all the previous Insomniac Marvel games have received, Spider-Man PS4 obviously being the highest selling superhero game of all time, exclusively on the PlayStation 4, not just the PS5 remaster, but mainly the first game that released all the way back in 2018, and even more recently, Miles Morales has been confirmed to be the third highest selling Sony published game of all time, following the success of Spider-Man PS4 and God of War that also released in 2018, which is crazy. And because of how much people loved each of those games, it definitely makes sense that they would make more Marvel games in the future. But if Sony decides to go through with this and connect these Spider-Man games that Insomniac have made with their upcoming Wolverine game and put them in the same universe to craft one giant MCU-like gaming world, I think that would be A, something that we've never really seen within the realm of superhero games before, but B, something that would really get people excited to see Insomniac handle different Marvel heroes. So Jake, what do you think about all this?
I think that it's a very exciting time, like you said, to be a fan of Marvel games, and I think that there are so many upcoming exciting projects that have been announced and so much potential for ones that also have not yet been announced. I know that there has been whispers for years of a potential Daredevil game. I know that Troy Baker and Bill Roseman have kind of bantered back and forth about that for quite some time. We'll look at the Skydance new media game. We'll look at what Insomniac could do after they're done with Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 and what they could bring into that universe. We also can look at previous Marvel games, the ones that, of course, you mentioned, such as Spider-Man PS4, and also games like Guardians of the Galaxy and even Avengers. That were released by Square Enix, and I think that we could be seeing some potential for a Fantastic Four game or an X-Men game. There's also potential for Insomniac to do a multiplayer superhero game, as they've announced that they are working on a multiplayer game as one of their next projects, and if that happens to be
not lying at all, good people,
well, then we could be looking at something there. We have Spider-Man, which is the highest selling superhero game of all time, and I feel that Sony is definitely going to be interested in.
Yeah, I like the stream.
I'm sure that they have a vested interest in continuing that trend, and I think that there will be something to be said about how Wolverine performs, and potentially if they do have another one or two in the pipeline that we are not aware of yet.
Listen, Wolverine is gonna get hella sales. I'm just letting y'all know, bro. Insomniac is gonna show these niggas that, listen, we not just making Spider-Man shit, we making Marvel games, nigga. We could take a nigga like Wolverine, which is a popularized character. Take a nigga like Wolverine and make this shit one of the best selling games ever. One of them. You know what I'm saying? These niggas is built different. They got teams over there. They are some savages. They built different. Real different.
I think that they are definitely going to be
Wolverine's
interested,
crazy.
especially if Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 do well, which I don't see any reason that they wouldn't.
Well, what's very interesting about that is that we seemingly do have some potential evidence that could point to the inevitable fact that they are indeed connected within the same universe for Insomniac Spider-Man games and now currently with Marvel's Wolverine. Because, obviously, if you look at the beginnings of both of the Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer and the Wolverine PS5 trailer, there is one particular number that stands out, is 1048. And of course,
right.
If you're a Marvel nerd like me, you know that each designated universe in the Marvel lore is categorized with a particular number, 616 for the main canon Marvel universe. 1048 is in fact the Insomniac Spider-Man universe number. And we see that appear again in both the Marvel Spider-Man 2 trailer and specifically for Marvel's Wolverine. Now, keep in mind that that statement I read earlier did not confirm nor deny whether or not Wolverine is in the same universe as Spider-Man. But let's say that they are for 1 second. This would be incredible, in my opinion, because not only would it mean that we could potentially see both of these characters interact within either of their respective games, but it could, of course, set up a broader universe with connections to future games.
Right.
What if, at the very end of Marvel Spider-Man 2, we see a post-credit scene teasing Marvel Spider-Man 3 and the future of that saga, but also what if there is a second post-credit scene teasing Wolverine and what is going to happen in his game? Since, of course, it's also being made by Insomniac, they could put a hint in there and set up a future potential storyline where Spider-Man could either try and hunt down Wolverine and team up with him for something.
I don't see that happening.
Or just tease in general what the next major Insomniac Marvel game is going to be with that of Wolverine. And same thing for Wolverine's game, even though that is way farther down the line, either in 2024 or 2025, where the game will likely release. Say at the end of that game, we also get a post-credit scene of setting up a potential sequel for Marvel's Wolverine, but
already.
Also, if that multiplayer game that Insomniac is working on does end up being a potential Marvel X-Men game that is full-on multiplayer.
He said, I feel after Spider-Man 2 game, we might get a Venom game. I don't know why y'all thinking we getting a Venom game. I don't see that happening. I mean, if we do, we do. That'd be cool. I'll buy it. I'll definitely play it 100%. I'm not saying I don't want it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't want a Venom game. It's not what I'm saying. I just don't see that happening. So yo, Keontae, much love to you. Make sure you like the stream. My bad, I'm dozing off a little bit because I'm a little tired. They're about to make a Marvel Universe watch for PlayStation. On God. On God. Let's continue the video.
Again, we could see a post-credit scene to that at the very end of Wolverine to set up what exactly the story could be for that title. And so on and so forth with all of the future Marvel games coming from Insomniac. It's clear to see that they have a great partnership with all the creatives over at Marvel. They love these characters, they have a huge respect for them, and they know exactly how to tell unique and bold stories with the characters that we haven't necessarily seen before in modern media, like either the movies.
Hell no. Carnage is definitely not about to be in this shit. Hell no.
Or the comics, but take it a step further by making these grand interactive experiences to really put yourself in the shoes of all these heroes.
When you start thinking about what Insomniac must have planned, if they're starting with a Wolverine game, to me that signifies that there is more of a plan in place that we don't know about. I don't feel that you'd choose to make a Wolverine game without there being more down the line. Not because Wolverine isn't an amazing character who deserves a game. It's interesting that you would choose a character like Wolverine to coincide next to a character like Spider-Man as opposed to someone like Thor or Captain America or Iron Man or another arguably more popular character based upon the fact that they just simply have had more mainstream attention recently. And instead you go with a character like Wolverine, and I feel like you look at their multiplayer game that is coming out, and it absolutely could be an X-Men game that the Wolverine leads into.
An X-Men game? I can see that. Do you think we'll be able to play as Venom like Ultimate? I don't know. I don't know. Everybody's hoping for that. I don't know. Yeah, and an open world Insomniac Marvel over with.
You look
they should have made a
Marvel
other
Avengers, characters that they could be thinking about adapting down the line, and I don't know what their plan is. It seems that they definitely want to continue with their Spider-Man games, and they also clearly have other characters and storylines that they'd like to explore as well. So it will be really interesting to see what they choose to go with after Wolverine has concluded, and after Spider-Man 2, of course, has concluded. And I also will be watching during Spider-Man 2 for more Easter eggs to outside characters. I'll be listening to every J. Jonah Jameson podcast to hear if he's talking about other characters, and I'll be watching to see if there are post-credit scenes or other hints throughout that game of other plot threads that could come into the fray later down the road with either Wolverine or other games that we don't know about yet.
Now, the final factor that, of course, might be a bit of a bummer for some people who currently do not yet own a PlayStation 5 specifically, since we do know Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine are going to be PS5 exclusives, that same notion is most likely going to happen for any and all future Insomniac games. Not just Marvel related, but Insomniac games in general, since obviously now Sony Interactive Entertainment owns them as a first-party developer, and whichever game they decide to create is going to be exclusively tied to a PlayStation platform. And seeing how much more bigger and broader these games are becoming in scope and scale with Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, it's likely the fact at this point that whichever next game they make, what that multiplayer game is going to be, Marvel or not, is once again going to be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, which means that the entirety...
Nigga, listen. Xbox niggas ain't ever getting this shit.
Of this Marvel gaming universe, if it is coming from Insomniac, Marvel, and Sony cohesively, would again only be locked to the PlayStation system. Now, one thing I will say that is good about the Square Enix Marvel games that Iron Jam brought up earlier, with Guardians of the Galaxy being my personal pick for Game of the Year of 2021, and Marvel's Avengers, despite all of its massive flaws, they are still multi-platform games, and cross-gen at that. So you can play Guardians of the Galaxy, for example, on your PS4 if you do not yet own a PlayStation 5, and same goes for Avengers. And I do think that is great. It allows more access for people to interact with these superhero gaming experiences, but getting these huge, major AAA first-party developed games would be enhanced to its max possibility running...
Yo, Muhammad, is the only reason why it's taking so long for PlayStation and shit like that is because of the fact that I forgot what I was about to say. Fuck. Oh yeah, there's a certain there's chips. These chips cost. I mean, it's not even about the price, but these chips, like, you gotta order them shits. A lot of shit on back order, building like PlayStations and parts and shit like that. Trust me. That's why. That's the main reason why. Because of, you know, niggas is understaffed, and so PS5 shit. I definitely hear you. I hear you. I just, you know, hopefully things change. For real.
Exclusively on the next-gen
stream,
console with the PlayStation 5. And evolving that experience even further is going to be an insanely interesting territory to explore, I would say, in the next decade to come, and seeing where gaming lands in that time frame. But specifically what we can expect next year with Marvel Spider-Man 2 being the very first Marvel next-gen only gaming experience is truly going to show exactly what Insomniac Games has in store for us with their upcoming superhero titles with Wolverine, and with whichever...
What Marvel game are they making? You saying if Sucker Punch made a Marvel game. That's what you're saying, huh? That would be crazy. That would be insane. That should be wild. All right.
Character they decide to do next.
I think the difficulty with the exclusives is that had Spider-Man not sold very well exclusively on the PlayStation 4, I feel that Sony and Insomniac would have had a bit more interest in potentially creating ports for the game for the Xbox and for...
Hell no. No. Never. Fuck no. Fuck no. No, nigga. No.
Creating ports for the game for the
Superhero titles with Wolverine and
Say
with
again.
whichever character they decide to do next.
I think the difficulty with the exclusives is that had Spider-Man not sold very well exclusively on the PlayStation 4, I feel that Sony and Insomniac would have had a bit more interest in potentially creating ports for the game for the Xbox and for PC. Now, who's to say whether or not there would have been any rights for them to do that based upon whatever deals they had with Marvel and Sony and with each other. It I'm sure is a very convoluted mess. However, the fact that Spider-Man is the best-selling superhero game of all time, I don't think necessarily pressures them into having...
Look, them niggas ain't doing that shit. PlayStation would never in a life. Never in a fucking life. Them niggas ain't getting shit. PlayStation, Xbox ain't getting shit. Get that shit out of your brain. Get that whole mindset out of your brain. I heard what he said, though. He said if it didn't sell well, blah, blah, blah. Nah. Like, for real.
Any real desire to make future games multi-platform, and with how well Spider-Man sold, I feel that not only for Sony but also for Marvel themselves, that gives them the idea and the notion that Sony and PlayStation might be the best home for these characters and for these games. We can even look at games like Batman Arkham Knight, which sold a fraction of what Spider-Man PS4 sold in a much longer span of time. And
True.
For Marvel, it's very possible that their viewpoint is that when you release a game multi-platform like Avengers or Batman Arkham Knight, the game will not necessarily sell as well as having that novelty of being exclusive. You also, of course, sell more consoles when you
Way
ship
more
a
consoles.
flagship game such as Spider-Man. So I feel that while it's unfortunate that huge fans of Xbox cannot enjoy games like Spider-Man unless they also have a PlayStation, it feels like it's a bit of an inevitability at this point. The Nintendo Switch has never been known for housing every single AAA release, and it's...
That's the Nintendo Switch, bro. We talking about heavy hitters. Heavy hitters, bro. Heavy hitters, bro. You can't play Mario on motherfucking PlayStation. Xbox. Nigga. Hey, you gotta think of it like that. Zelda. Pokemon. You ain't play them shits on fucking PlayStation. Nah. Nah. What be the attachments in that game? Mini boss? Nah. Yeah, I wonder if we gonna get they gotta show Wraith. I'm supposed to game with the Avengers, X-Men, super dope cameos. That would be cool.
It's becoming a bit of a situation of you get what you pay for, not in the sense that the PlayStation is better than other consoles, but in the sense that if superhero single-player games are what you really like, the PlayStation may not be a bad console to invest in. Whereas if you're more interested in internet features, hanging out with your friends while you play games, the Xbox is my personal go-to just because I have more friends who play on that platform. But for superhero games, it seems like PlayStation is becoming a pretty standard place for them to end up exclusively.
And with all that said, everybody, that is
that shit ain't going nowhere, bro.
Video that IronJin and I both have for you today. Let us know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think about the potential possibility of the Marvel gaming universe actually existing only exclusive to PlayStation, mainly developed by Insomniac Games, and their future Marvel titles with Marvel Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine leading the front lines as to what we can expect from this universe relatively soon, and where they can go in the future is even more exciting. And also, what potential Marvel character would you like to see Insomniac develop for a brand new standalone AAA game after they're finished with Marvel's Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine? Let us know all your thoughts. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to both of our channels if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel games content like this in the future. And I could not do this video without the one and only IronJin. So thank you so much for joining me, dude. I had a wonderful time.
Oh, so did I. Thank you so much, Evan. It's always a pleasure to be on the channel.
And with all that said, everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Stay merry, Marvelites, and peace out.
Alright, y'all. My bad. I'm falling asleep, man. I'm fucking tired. I was gonna discuss more stuff. We could do that tomorrow. Fucking exhausted, bro. Hey, I gotta catch y'all later, bro. I gotta get some sleep, man. Y'all see I'm falling asleep in the stream. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I love all y'all. Appreciate that, man. Y'all be safe. Stay masked up. God, I want to keep streaming so bad, bro. I'm so fucking tired. Y'all want me to keep going, bro? I could try, bro. We could go to the Discord if y'all want to. Y'all want to hop in the Discord? Oh, fuck. We can hop in the Discord if y'all want to, bro. I'm just asleep. Alright, yeah.